Hi, it's Ball 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. Today I've got some fun bits of piracy for you, little tiny bit of PvP. This is me just chasing Diambi out and trying to work out which system he's jumped to and then eventually follow him over there. And then I lose interest because honestly I am not that much of a PvPer. I know I bring you quite a few PvP clips, but I actually spend more time doing piracy, I spend more time mining, I spend more time trading, I spend more time doing most of the activities I do: power play, BGS stuff, trucking, mining, pirating. I do way more of each of those activities every week than I do combat. I'm very rarely in a combat ship. If somebody wants to have combat with me, they normally have to ask me to switch into a combat ship, because I'm generally not in one. I spend more time in my Type 7 trading in it than I do in my FDLs and Mambas. It's just the way it is. I'm not much of a PvPer. In this situation, I end up going after Diambi and soon lose interest, because A, because he's vanished, and B, because I spot something I can maybe hit a pirate, and that's what I'm here to do. That's what I go to the CG for. I don't go to the CG for PvP. I go to the CG to do piracy. And many a PvPer and lawful tries to disrupt what I'm doing and attack me and do various things like that. And occasionally I'll go grab a PvP ship and fly distraction while Polo continues to pirate. That's one of our usual tactics, is I'll grab one of my members, go in and distract the PvPers while, members of the Dark Marauders like Polo and Star keep on just pirating. Or, quite often me and Star will run interference and let Polo just carry on pirating. Like I've said in many videos, it is really easy to be a distraction for the lawfuls, especially when they have such a desire to kill me. I'm generally focused first. If me and Polo are sat in the same system, they're probably going to hit me before Polo, which is really good because my job is to distract, so that's quite handy. Whereas you can see, my desire to hunt down Diambi, non-existent. This is why I pay PvPers to kill him at 25 million a pop, because I can't be asked to fight the guy. It's boring. I'd rather be pirating. There's a piracy target here. Why waste my time chasing after a guy who's just going to run away and run away and run away when I can have, a bit of fun pirating a cobra? And then I don't have to deal with El Saltiness, somebody who just, spreads lies and hate about me. I can quite happily interact with this little commander here, see if he's got any cargo, and if he hasn't, let him on his way, no harm done. Because that is what piracy is all about. Not killing traders, not ganking people, and actually robbing them. Whereas being a lawful policeman, you murder traders, murder people, and then claim it's justified and you're doing good work because they were a bad guy. Well, at least someone said they were a bad guy. Somebody in our faction said once they were a bad guy. They ended up on the KOS list, which if you look at our terms and rules, anyone pretty much does, because we can just make it up as we go along. But I got this message, and it's nice to see that some people like us doing piracy, actually doing what an Archon Delane squadron should do, which is pirate people. I personally love it. We were up at the CG having a lot of fun. We pirated quite a few commanders. I must admit, by this stage I was just at the hatchbreaker and say nothing stage. Star actually took out the drives on this poor ship, and then let them reboot and repair and escape. But I wondered what they were doing, so I took no chances and just straight away went for the hatchbreaker. And I was actually surprised they had cargo, because they just seemed to be staring at the Star and not moving into the system. So I was a bit confused by what they were doing, but me and Star successfully robbed them, and it's nice to see someone with YT in their name and their gamer tag. I haven't actually looked to see if they have a YouTube channel, but I presume they have somewhere. I just don't know how to look for it. But me and Star are now going to be YouTube famous on the back of this, I can tell you. Yeah, we're those pirates that robbed this person and sent them some GGs and had a nice chat with them afterwards. So all's the good. And Star's a meanie because he blew out that ass drives, and then after we picked up our cargo said, oh, this is how you reboot and repair, and off you go. which I thought was a bit over the top because we'd already extracted cargo at that point. But I love getting down to a CG and robbing it and committing many acts of piracy. Unfortunately, the last CG only lasted for 3 days, and really annoyingly, that Thursday I started back on work on nights, and so I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and by the time I rolled around to being off from Monday morning, the CG had already finished. So the last CG I got no chance to pirate and no chance to get towards my FSDs. Though to be honest, fast boot or increased range fast boot FSDs just sound like they have low integrity to me. And everyone knows if it's not a B-rated FSD with double brace, it's not. What's the point in putting it on my ship? It's not adding any weight for ramming. I mean, really. If you're not using a lump of lead as an FSD, you're doing something wrong. Well, at least on some of my ships. But yeah, I wasn't too worried about missing out on those FSDs because I tend to run a lot of shielded FSDs and just straight fast boots with double brace to keep up the integrity. Because I have a lot of weird and wonderful armor builds and stuff like that, and you know, double bracing and hard drives are, you know, the way to go. Something a bit sturdier than a low integrity drive like these fast boot, increased range fast boot FSDs. I did look, the integrity on them was not the best. I definitely wouldn't put that on a ship if you're looking to cook yourself to death, because it's just going to melt off very, very quickly. But honestly, I will say to FDev, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, when you put on a CG like that, you've got to put it on for a decent length of time. I know this one was a record-breaking CG with the amount of commanders and the time it took, but you could have extended it. There's stuff you can do. You can see how popular it was going to be. You could have given me and other people like me who had a chance to have a go at the CG. I'll be honest, I'm more upset I missed out on a cargo CG than I am that I missed out on FSDs or doing the CG. It's the first cargo CG I haven't pirated in a long time, and sadly there was not much I could do because of work. It was just didn't fit with my schedule. Oh, my dog spotted something, and yeah, that's just frustrating. There's not a lot you can do about that. You know, I wish FDev would allow these things to run a little bit longer to give everyone a chance. I've said before that, you know, I would prefer if CGs ran over like a week. I know they bring them out Thursdays, so it's good for people for the weekend, but not all of us work normal shifts. You know, a lot of us are weirdos and work weird and wonderful hours. Anyway, that's enough of me moaning about how long CGs last and things like that. I enjoy myself when I go to CGs and do a bit of piracy. Long may cargo CGs continue. I'd love to see a rare goods one again, because they're always my favourite type of ones to rob, because you can rob at the rare goods sites where they pick up the rare goods, as well as robbing at the CG, because most people will go around and do a loop of the rare goods, so you can rob at different places, and that's always good. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.
They're robbing all of the commanders.